What's up, guys? Well, I thought I'd check in with you on this Sunday morning to talk about my failures from this past weekend. All right, man. Man. I feel like Diego Pacheco could have got the stoppage in that fight, man. He just, I don't know. He didn't have the urgency. He didn't really go for it, in my opinion. Now he did land some great shots. Um, Despite what I say, salute to Steven Nelson, man. He proved to be tough. Um, his stock, even though he lost, I think his stock went up. Because he was an older guy fighting a much younger guy. He showed some good stuff. He ate some good shots. He showed some great toughness. So he should definitely get another opportunity. So salute to Steven Nelson. All right. Now, having said that, I believe Diego Pacheco could have got this guy out of there. Now, when the fight was going on in the early rounds, Steven Nelson, was winning, the early rounds. He was the one letting his hands go, landing the most shots. I'm sitting there looking like, why is Diego Pacheco not fighting this guy? Why is he not letting his hands go? What's wrong with him? And then around the halfway point of the fifth round was when I sensed that Steven Nelson had slowed down. He tired. His output was not what it was in the earlier rounds. And I think Pacheco sensed that also. I don't know if that was his strategy to let the guy kind of, put himself out a little bit and then come on. But from that point on, Pacheco started taking over the fight, at least until the last few rounds. All right. You know, uh, the way I was looking at this fight, man, I'm like Pacheco playing with his food. I sensed that he could have got the guy out of there whenever he wanted to. When he let his hands go, you know, superior hand speed. Nelson did not have the reflexes for some of those shots that were coming his direction. His head was getting snapped with the jab. He got hit with a hellacious left hook to the head that whipped his head, and the guy just ate the shit and stood there. There were a few times in the fight where he seemingly got buckled by some shots, but um, all Diego Pacheco had to do, in my opinion, was just to throw some combinations, man. He would land a good shot on Steven Nelson, but he would not, he would like admire his handiwork. He would not follow up. At no point did he go for the kill in this fight. You know, did you sense at any point that Diego Pacheco was going for the stoppage? I didn't. When he would land a good shot, all he had to do was follow with a flurry, follow with a combination. You know, in the later rounds, the ref, especially after Steven Nelson got cut, the ref was concerned going up to the corner, like he wanted the doctor to check him out, look at him. I mean, just throw a combination, man. And I think the ref would have showed some mercy, especially if Nelson was getting hit flush, not throwing back. He probably would have stopped the fight, man. But Pacheco didn't do it. So, and to Steven Nelson's credit, I say what the last three rounds, he kind of caught a second win and was going for it. Bull Mack and them motivated him in the corner, and he tried, but he didn't get the decision. Pacheco won. Unfortunately, I went for the big win. I didn't play just the money line, the safe play, as I said in my Gamblers Alert video. Instead, I went for, the big odds, and he didn't get the knockout. I thought this was a good opportunity with all the advantages that he had. He had the youth advantage, the size advantage, the reach advantage, you know, the skill advantage, the speed advantage, the athleticism, all that. And he didn't stop this guy. Again, Steven Nelson was tough, but at no point did I sense Diego Pacheco put his foot on the gas to really try to get the guy out of there. All right, maybe he was being cautious. Maybe he didn't want to get caught with a counter, get hurt, something like that. But I think he left the stoppage on the table, in my opinion. All right. Now, Tito Mercado did come through. He stopped Pedraza in the fourth round. Good performance by him. Eager to see what he does going forward. Love his energy and trash talk. Um, of course, the monster won his fight. Another fourth round stoppage. The 1 through 4 prop would have hit if I would have played it, but I just played the fight, not going the distance. And finally, guys, to react to the video I made yesterday about Ellis, Scotney, and Motu, I cannot give a full breakdown. I was working. I was kind of glancing at the fight every now and then. Of course, the zone with their biased commentary. Ellis Scotney, Ellis Scotney, Ellis Scotney. Oh, Motu, she landed a shot here and there. That was to be expected. All right, but every time I looked down, the fight seemed to be competitive, especially at the beginning of the fight. Um, I thought Motu was had a counter strategy. She was throwing and landing counters on Ellis Scotney. But as the fight went on, it seemed like Ellis Scotney figured her out, was moving more, and did not let Miyamoto get off with the counter opportunities. So she pulled away with the fight. Congrats to Ellis Scotney. Again, not showing that power punch, but damn, going forward, depending on who she's fighting, that seems like a almost a lock for a decision win, unless she's fighting a cupcake that just can't fight. But that decision play on her is looking pretty good. Now it was like, I think it was like a -325 for this fight, -350, something like that. But going forward, you know, she might be a good decision play whenever she fights, depending on who she's fighting. All right. So really, I think that's it, guys. No problems for me this weekend, nothing but losses. Um, there's some opportunities coming up. I will talk about them soon in future videos. But let me know how you guys saw the fights and how you guys fared, man. I hope you guys had better luck than I did and made some money. Again, if I would have, not been greedy, not going for the big win, if I would have just played Pacheco on the money line, which I thought the money line was a deal. I thought the odds should have been, he probably should have been at least a -500 in this fight. -300, -340. And then as I looked at ProBoxNodds.com, money was coming in on Steven Nelson. So, they made it even better on fight day before the fight. So, but congrats to Pacheco and Mercado, Ellis Scotney and the Monster. They won their fights. But, I think Pacheco could have got a stop, but she just didn't go for it, in my opinion. So, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys made money and had a good weekend. And I'll check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.